Hello again, it's Koundie, and today is part 2 in sorting out the magic cards that I have that are rares and mythic rares. We're going to be starting with white, and then we normally do white, blue, black, green, red, multicolored. Today we are actually going to leave out multicolored, and that includes lands and artifacts. So we're going to start with white, and I do have some older cards, but I think these are all going to be Pioneer Standard cards. But the older ones that I took out in the last video, I still need to get a new book to add those into. So without further ado, let's just start. We're gonna actually start out by organizing these by mana. Unfortunately, the way this works, or I'm wondering, do you think I should do this by mana or should I do it by... It's just once I put it in here, because this book is not a binder, which I have my other cards in binders, I can't just simply add to it. That's the only issue. So I think I will just start putting them... I'm so used to going in from the top. I'll just start putting them in kind of willy-nilly, because it's going to be pretty easy to find these cards once they're actually in this order, just because there's only so many in comparison to the other cards that I have them sorted by, or I'm in the process of sorting them by color, mana, and then I have two different sections in each of the colored books. The first section is standard, and the second section is Pioneer up to standard. So anything that's standard, when it flexes out, it can just be moved into the Pioneer side. So Intrepid Adversary, Visions of Glory. I just want to make sure that none of these I have multiple of. I did run into a few of those that I had last time, so I'm going to make sure that all of these are put with their cards. So we have two of these, those two go together. Sanctuary Warden. Yes, okay. Elspeth. I have Elspeth on MTG Arenas that I really like her. I don't really play her that often in my decks, to be honest, even though I am mostly mono white. I don't often play Planeswalkers. They're usually not necessary for the type of decks that I do play, so yeah. In this one, I like to put the most interesting card style on top, just because... here's another... See, those ones were separated. Just because then if somebody's looking to trade with me, they see the one that stands out the most. So that's how I like to do it. And I can hear my cats eating, so I'm sorry about that. They're just munching. And this time, because I have taken out quite a few of the multicolored cards and of the other things, this time around, I'm going to be leaving like one blank page of space-ish in between each of these for future ones, because coming up there is going to be the new set coming out from the rotation, and so I know that whether we want to or not, we will end up buying some of those. I guarantee it. So I just want to leave a little bit of extra space for that. Da, 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 da. And like this one, it's pretty much gonna be taking up just this, so I'm thinking I'll leave this space at the bottom, and then, oh goodness, this is not beautiful. I'll leave this space at the bottom here for 3, and then I'll also leave this space here. So it is, I just have to remind myself, white, blue, black. Okay. So we'll pull the blue cards out that I have sitting. That out. Alrighty. We'll just start putting them in there. The thing about these that makes it feel like it takes longer is that each of these is only 1 card for the most part. And when I do the other one, the other sorting that I do, it is typically 3 or more of the same card. So this makes it feel like it takes longer, even though I have way less cards to do. Quicken. And I know Prognostic Sphinx, we have a different one off that I need to put together. There we go. So now those 3 are together. Much better. Mystic Reflection. Charlie, would you be able to stop doing that, please? Charlie. Alright, then we've got Tide Binder Mage. Oh, that's duh, that goes in from the other side. I'm a goose. Enter the Infinite. Icefall Regent. I don't know why, but whenever I read cards that say Regent, at first I always read it as reagent because chemistry. So yeah. Come on. It's just kind of strange to do this from the side, so I'm sorry if this looks a little bit weird. Elite Arcanist. I believe I have multiple clones, yep. That kind of sounds funny. I have multiple clones. Ashiok's Erasure. God, this is going way faster than it took to take these things out, I tell you what. Da, 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 da. Oh goodness, there it goes. And yes, I do make sure they're straight before I finish. I know some of these are not straight right away, but it's nicer to do that when it's closer to my body. So with that, we will leave this page open, and then we'll start black on the new page. Let's pull the black cards up. Here we go. So I really like playing white. my boyfriend likes to play black, and that kind of tells you a little bit about how our personalities are. I just think it's a little bit funny that we're kind of opposite in that way, but I do also play some black-white decks as well, so, and he kind of will play anything you give him, honestly. He just likes playing. Da, 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 da. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. Invoke despair. I'm sorry if you hear that weird. My chair is very squeaky, so I'm sorry ahead of time. I don't know. Oh, there we go. If it picks it up or not, because I have it on somewhat sensitive at the moment, so we'll see. We'll see what it picks up. Lots of black cards then. Oh, I keep doing that. Put it in the wrong way. Blood Scrivener. I still don't know what that means. Da, 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 da. The Book of Vile Darkness. That's fun. Nightmare. Nightmare, nightmare, nightmare. Asmodeus the Archmage. Oh, I thought I had another nightmare, but it's Nightmare Shepherd. The other one. And then we have two gelatinous cubes. So I will leave this and this. Let's start the next one. We have white, blue, black, green. Blue, black, green. So here's our green, and this is the most crazy card, so we're gonna put that right up there. I don't like that's a little. There we go, that's better. Get in there. You gotta be really careful because it's got double plastic on it, so. Willowgeist. I could have sorted these a little bit more, but because of the way that this will work and adding more cards to it and stuff in the future without having to like take it all apart again, it's kind of just easier to do it this way because it's not going to stay sorted by mana or sorted by alphabetical order or anything. It's just not going to stay that way, and so I just, at least in my other ways that I sort, it does stay, just because, which one is there it is, because I am it's in a binder, so I can add pages. This one you can't, otherwise I would do the same, but you can't, unfortunately. These ones are just have really nice pages and everything though, so. I did just have an ooze, but it wasn't that one. I was just thinking. Not that one. Nylea's Bow and her Intervention. Right next to each other. Give me that Scoop Swarm, Scoop Swarm. There it is. King's Chariot. There we go. For Akimith, we've got Toski. Oh, I love that art of Toski. So cute. And because I'm a donker, I need to move Toski to the other side. Alright, so we'll keep this and then that, and we just have red left, and we have lots of pages left, which is totally fine, because I want to be able to leave space. So we'll start on this side. Goblin Guide. I love these style cards. Very pretty. Oh, I keep doing that. Jax is the troublemaker. Yeah, I just watched a video about these, what they've released about the upcoming deck. This Jax is to fit in there. And they were talking a lot about Burn the House Down and how there's some cards that look like they're going to be really similar to that. So that's something to look at. Be interesting for sure. Honestly, with the amount of cards that I pulled out, I probably could have fit. I might still be able to fit this multicolored. We'll see. We'll see what space we have left when I'm done with this part, and maybe we can add that multicolored back in there yet. But multicolored I am gonna have to go through because it's land, multicolored, and other. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know that with the spaces I've put in here, I don't think I'll have space for it, but. I could just put in multicolored in here and then lands and artifacts in the other one, or the other way around. So we've got that, and I've already got, well, how many of each did these take up? Because there's much more of that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So what do you think? Do you think I could fit multicolored in here? Oh, I'm so sorry. I think I could. So why don't we sort that out? I'm going to sort out the multicolored, and we'll put any of the lands and then any of the artifacts separate. So here we've got artifact. I'm gonna try to move you a little bit so that you can kind of see what I'm doing here. They should all pretty much be close to each other, so we're just looking at the bottoms and the tops to see if it's a land or not. And these are all non-lands or non-artifacts, so that's good. And we try to keep all of this together, so. Dun, 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 dun. Creature. Here's an artifact. So these artifacts we're gonna put separate. See, all of these have no colors on the top. So we put those separate. The lands are also gonna be separate. And I'm gonna actually sort that as we go so that the lands are with the lands, which we sort of already mildly sorted. but I'm just gonna double check. So these are all lands, perfect, and this is an artifact on the end there. Oh, and that's a sorcery. Goodness gracious, let me just double check now because I don't trust myself. Land, okay, we're good. So these are lands. Here we've got artifacts. And then down here is the true multicoloreds that we will try to sort. And we've got this stack to go through yet too, so bear with me. There's that. Here we've got land. Artifact, land. Artifact, land. Artifact. Multicolored. Instant creature, instant. Creature. Ooh. Lands. No more lands in this hand. Perfect. So those all stay together, and we'll just take a smaller section this time. Legendary creature, sorcery, instant, sorcery, enchantment. Okay. Just want to make sure these are all with each other. Take that. And what is the rest? Should I do a separate one for the multicolored ones since this is so significantly more? Or should I try to keep it in this one? What do you think? I'm kind of leaning towards having this one in the next book and then having all of the older ones in the next book as well. So why don't we do that? We're going to start with artifacts first and then lands. So this space is for that, and we'll just I feel like I had another grind clock. I could be completely wrong. Lantern. Don't have nearly as many of these, so should go pretty quickly. Oh, I keep forgetting. That goes the opposite way. Deck of many things. I actually created my own, I think, deck of many things that I think is called a deck of a few things. It's much less game breaking. You can get some really cool things, some interesting things can happen to you, good, bad. Good, bad, and neutral. I have them all sorted into those few types of things, and it is a lot of fun. I can't wait for my players to get it. I attempted to give it to them already, but they did not want to buy it, so that's okay. Alright, so then we'll keep this, and we'll just start the lands here. So the lands ones is funny because it'll definitely have more. Kind of wondering if I should do the lands with their color, but nah, I think it'll be fine the way it is. There is the other Temple of Mystery. There. it is. I'm just gonna double check because I thought I had a different one, but I could be completely wrong. I am wrong. Good to know. Let's go this one. There we go. There we go. Sunken runes. We got 3 of those. 3 runes. Labyrinth. Let's make those. Shrine to the next. Temple of Deceit. Malice. Look at that. So now we only have a couple of pages left, and this is nicely sorted by color, and then we will have extra space in the next book for all of the multicoloreds and then some of the older ones should we want to put those in there too. So that will do it for the day. I am finished sorting things now for these until I get another book. So I will see you next time. Have a good night.